We have to speak about this Blue Origin space mission because it was just really annoying.
Doing a lot of inner space work to go to outer space.
Katy Perry hasn't had a hit song in 10 years.
Adam, they were freaking astronauts.
Right,
They were very girly about the adventure, like, oh, 1, 2, 3, girl power.
I was up there and you see Earth and then, you know, it's completely black.
I am depressed that this is considered a historic moment for women.
Essentially a TikTok party. It's like a girly sleepover party.
It's like death. And I don't know, it just made me want to...
Oh. What a way to demean the astronauts who truly do know what they're doing up there.
It was so dumb. It was such a waste of time. It was so anti-feminist.
I don't like that people are calling it a ride.
Like Gayle said, this wasn't a ride. It was a journey, and it was a supernatural one.
Don't let it upset you, Gayle. You are an astronaut.
I feel like when they sent a 90-year-old man up to space and he did okay, all the historic moments were over. Astronauts.
Because then these girls landed and no one took them seriously.
Katy Perry thought the trip was important for humanity and for women.
Have you all been to space? Have you been to No, we haven't been to space, Gayle, because we don't have a friend who's dating Jeff Bezos.
We are the first all-female crew going to space.
The Blue Origin mission got all the headlines. Katy Perry, Gayle King, Oprah, and even some Kardashians were among the elite people in attendance.
You got to bring in the Kardashians, right? Because the Kardashians always have to be on hand.
I never thought that we'd be talking to you from a space launch, and I'm so proud of her. I just feel like
all of the female astronauts that are going to go up today. It's such a big day in history, and it's so empowering, especially my daughter is 7, and just to see something like this.
Sure, the mission was framed as empowering, with the crew of women supposedly setting new records. But when you dig a little deeper, it becomes clear that this wasn't a groundbreaking moment for women in space. It was a moment for celebrities to market themselves in a whole new way.
You bring along Khloe Kardashian and you bring along Kim Kardashian. They also decided to surprise her by bringing her a lavish, super expensive purse. $7,000 purse. Sanchez decided to share that on her Instagram stories, and she wrote "out of this world" and tagged them. Oh my gosh, could you just imagine being this rich and this wonderful?
Sure, the mission went up and came down, mission accomplished, but was this really about pushing the boundaries of space exploration? Or was it just about creating a shiny new PR opportunity for everyone involved?
You look at it and you go, wait a second, we're all on this planet. This is it. And I was like, we have one planet.
And I'm so proud of us. I really am proud of me.
Gayle King's show has been going downhill, and Katy has a new tour coming up. Coincidence? Space travel is supposed to be about making history, advancing science, and pushing human understanding. But in this case, it felt more like an opportunity to sell a luxury experience for the rich and famous, with a few nods to empowerment along the way.
Lauren Sanchez got together and decided to design the Blue Origin suits in collaboration with Oscar de la Renta.
If you thought the Blue Origin flight was about groundbreaking space exploration, then you might have missed Lauren Sanchez's real agenda. Instead of focusing on the scientific or historical significance of the mission, she turned the entire experience into a fashion statement.
To design these fantastic suits that were tailored to their bodies, because these aren't your regular astronauts. These are hot astronauts. These are babes.
Don't get your specially made space suit so that we can make sure to see all your curves as you go to outer space. Is that what it is to be a woman? I'm not sure. I didn't catch that page in the female handbook.
And of course, Jeff Bezos had to have a special spacesuit. Gotta make sure the billionaire feels important the whole time too. This thing was more like Fashion Week in Paris than scientific space travel. The outfit was sleek, stylish, and of course, meticulously crafted to ensure she looked fabulous while floating weightlessly in space. It almost seemed like she was more prepared to launch a new look than a new mission. I mean, they all took professional photograph pictures, had interviews, runway walks, and training on how to put a seatbelt on. This was a mega event, the most effort ever put into something that only lasted 10 minutes.
When we do science, we make it hot and we make it girly.
And then there's Katy Perry. Of course, she wasn't just in space to, explore the cosmos or inspire young girls to become astronauts. No, her mission came just in time to promote her upcoming music tour. I mean, how else would you plan the release of a new tour if you didn't have a prime, out-of-this-world opportunity like a space trip to announce it?
And Katy Perry did that. She decided to promote her Lifetimes tour. So she promoted it in space. Take a look, holding a little butterfly. And if you zoom in on that little butterfly, it lists all of the songs We see that she's gonna sing on her Butterfly Lifetimes tour.
Katy Perry's Instagram post after the flight wasn't just about her historic journey, it was a chance to remind everyone about her upcoming events and music. Talk about timing. Here she is in a spacesuit, all empowering and inspiring, but the real message, come see me on tour. Katy might have reached the edge of space, but for many, it felt more like she was just reaching for more ticket sales.
Gayle King said, quote, anybody criticizing it really doesn't understand what's happening here. We can all speak to the response we're getting from young women, from young girls about what this represents. What does it represent? You didn't fly the thing. I'm sorry, that's not the same thing.
Gayle, when you saw even just a snippet of that right there, first of all, congratulations, you did it. You did it. I know. You did it.
Gayle King's reaction to the flight was one of the most eye-opening moments in this whole saga. She proudly declared herself an astronaut. Instead of recognizing the flight for what it truly was, an expensive, short-lived trip courtesy of Jeff Bezos and Blue Origin, Gayle King and others treated the flight as if they had just completed years of rigorous astronaut training.
I was so afraid. I just wanted to get into my seat because I just wanted to let the training kick in.
I just want my daughter to know that someday you can be launched with your super wealthy friends and celebrities will be waiting for you on the ground when you get back. And then we're going to tell people that you made history.
But the reality, it was far less heroic than they made it seem. If they had simply talked about how cool and fun it was, if they had embraced the experience as a luxury ride for the rich and famous, nobody would have cared as much.
I wish people would do more due diligence. Have y'all been to space? Have you been to space? It's always referred to as a flight or a journey. So I feel that that's a little disrespectful to what the mission was.
But as we all know, the patriarchy, they have to ruin everything. They're just sexist and jealous and chauvinistic. And there was nothing to critique about that journey.
Two of the astronauts, I still have a hard time calling myself an astronaut, but two of the astronauts on board.
Gayle, you can call yourself an astronaut in the same sense that my 8-year-old son can call himself an architect.
Instead of being grateful for a chance to ride in a billionaire's toy, they acted like they were rewriting the books of space history.
I feel anybody that's criticizing doesn't really understand what is happening here. This is really a lot of work, what went into getting us up and getting us down.
We advance science today. More people are going to be able to do meaningful research with Blue Origin because we collected data. It is bigger than the criticism. We are inspiring the world right now.
It was as though they couldn't accept that this wasn't the groundbreaking, world-changing feat they made it out to be. It was just a fancy trip, but no one was willing to admit that. Instead, they painted themselves as trailblazers, as if flying to space for a few minutes somehow positioned them as experts in the field.
And I think that we have all felt that sometimes we weren't worthy or we didn't belong, and no matter all the accolades, no matter all the studying, and I think today we all said it, like, we belong here.
If they'd been more humble, more grounded in the reality of what they had just done, we might have respected them a little more, but by turning the experience into an ego trip, it became less about space and more about them.
I think it's worrisome as far as what counts as an accomplishment. What happens when a New Shepard passenger puts a flight on their resume? So, you're an astronaut? The passenger responds, that's right, I journeyed into space. So what was your position? Pilot, engineer, cargo specialist? Well, my position was seat number 4. I sat there for 10 minutes and screamed.
The real question is whether this type of mission sets the tone for the future of space exploration. Will it be about science? Or will it just be another marketing tool?
How many people think this really happened? How many people think it's like CGI fake all the way?
Of course, with a high-profile event like this, there's no shortage of skeptics. Some fans online have been speculating that the entire Blue Origin mission was faked.
I think it's a fake capsule with fake people, celebrities, fake boobs, fake lips, fake landing after a fake launch in a rocket that looks like a schlong.
Just have a little look at a little clip here where you see door seems to open from the inside. It's not supposed to be able to do that.
What's going to come out of her mouth, but really her heart?
And is that Jeff Bezos out there?
Absolutely insane. I don't know if it's just woman cringe, Hollywood cringe, or elitist billionaire privilege cringe.
Guys, no footage of the inside when they launched. No helmets. The landing, even though it was big on impact, actually, guys, you saw that nitrogen explosion. That's normal to soften the landing. You're still gonna be hitting hard. No helmets, no footage of the inside. There's actually one of a hand. Tell me it doesn't look like it's a mannequin hand. Can you find that, Rob? Can you find that photo? That's a plastic fake hand. What is that? Right? Tico, it's like a mannequin. What? I don't believe it. I don't believe it, guys. Where's the launch? Don't you want to be in there? Where's that footage? That's what I want to see.
It's absolutely insane. Their tax loophole schemes are getting more and more extravagant. I miss the days where they would just use offshore bank accounts. They put women up there for 11 minutes. They act like it's the best contribution of feminism since I don't know what.
One big claim was about the capsule's hatch, which appeared to open from the inside before Jeff Bezos officially opened it. Critics jumped on this, suggesting it was all staged. Then there's the issue of the capsule's lack of burn marks. Some online pointed out that there weren't any signs of the intense heat we usually see with re-entry, but this was a suborbital flight, not an orbital one, so that explanation doesn't quite hold up. Not everyone bought into the idea that this was an inspiring moment for women or a great achievement for space science. Many critics pointed out that the mission was nothing more than a PR stunt with zero real scientific value. Sure, the crew went to space, but what was actually accomplished? A lot of the reaction on social media was harsh, with many questioning whether we were taking space seriously anymore. It was as if the message was, look, celebrities can do it too. Let me know if these ladies inspired you on their space ride, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video.